Hey everyone, it's Miss Velasco here with a wonderful story to read to you. It is called How Full Is Your Bucket? And it's for kids. All right, let's go to the title page. It is written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer, and it's illustrated by Margie J. Flanning. I'm sorry, Manning. Here we go. Focus that. Okay. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. I want to build with you, she said. Felix scowled. Go away. You're too little. I'm big. Stay back. You'll knock it over. I can be very careful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna. Oh, you can see what she's thinking. She's not really happy with him. So she got so mad. Oh, she used her doll and knocked over his tower. Grandpa! Grandpa shook his head. Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad, but when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket? Hmm. Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still. Oh, I see Felix trying to grab the cereal. Oh, and the dog's waiting for his breakfast. Felix slipped and choco wheat scattered across the floor. Felix, yelled his mom, you should have used the stool to reach that. Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drip spill out. Drip, drip. Ha ha, Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus, scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the choco wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it. There goes another drip. Oh. Psst, Felix. Psst. So kids whispering about him. There goes another drip. And then a boy walking past bumps into him and says, Watch out, shrimp. Definitely another drip from his bucket. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could barely bear to look. Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class? Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. And yeah, you could see him saying the Gigantosaurus who wanted a pet by me, Felix, and all the drop, plop, plink, drop. Everyone's filling his bucket. And here at lunch, he got a note from Mom. That's a big drop. And then in PE, team's captains today are Veronica and Felix. Oh, another drop. And in art class, nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. And last one, cool laser and backpack, Felix. And all of that added drops to fill back his bucket. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. And you could see who's happy, their bucket is full. Maybe they're not doing so great and their bucket isn't as full. So when the teacher dropped his papers, Felix said, "Let me help you." And that's a drop for both of them. "Hey, here's your baseball catch." "Thanks, dude." A couple more drops. "Hi, I'm Felix. First day?" "Yes, I'm Amir." Definitely drops. The strange thing was that for every drop he felt he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her. Until then, do you want me to help you build the tallest building in the world with my blocks?" Aw, such a good brother and a good brother to the dog. And so they did. Oh, Dooly Dragons, I hope you do what you can every day to fill people's buckets, and hopefully your bucket will be filled as well. We have another story I thought was really sweet. It's called Friends to the End for Kids, The True Value of Friendship by Bradley Trevor Greive. Friends to the End for Kids. Trying to talk about our friendship is like chewing 10 pieces of bubble gum at the same time. It ties my tongue up in knots. It's really hard to get out all the words to explain how good it feels to be your friend. Which is pretty weird because talking is one of the things we do best. But lately, I've been thinking a lot about friendship and about what makes it so great to have good friends. For one thing, friends truly care about each other. You can trust them with your most secret secrets. And you can count on them to watch your back. And never forget about you or leave you behind. It's kind of spooky, but friends just seem to know what you need without even saying a word. Whether it's a big hug, an emergency back scratch, or just a little peace and quiet to get your thoughts together. Of course, it's also good to have some time alone with your favorite toys. Or pig out snack attack. A lot of walnuts. But when a friend calls, You slam on the brakes, turn around, and then come running as fast as you can. Because with friends, and this is the best thing about friendship, spending time with each other means fun, loads of fun. It might mean putting on a hilarious musical production in fancy costumes, or splashing around in the pool or at the beach on a hot day. Friends have fun going on crazy adventures. Catching the first summer raindrops or winter snowflakes on the tips of their tongues, and singing or screaming at the top of their lungs all the words to their favorite song. One day you might start out inventing strange, delicious cookies in the kitchen and end up doing wild and crazy dances till you are absolutely wiped out. Of course, every friendship has its rough spots too. There will be times when we don't see eye to eye. Big arguments can start over silly things. We might even make the mistake of letting others come between us, and that would make me sad. The truth is that even the best friends can drive each other crazy from time to time, or do things that are way too gross to believe. But eventually we have to shrug our shoulders, forgive each other, and move on. Because that's what real friends do. Without friends, life would be awfully lonely, perhaps a little bit scary, and certainly a lot more boring. After all, you can't do high fives with yourself without looking like an idiot. Sometimes even really fun things don't seem worth doing without someone to share them with. And that what's more, with friends, we can do so many things that we just can't do by ourselves. In fact, with their help, even the utterly impossible seems deliciously doable. True friends make us smile as soon as we see them. They brighten up our day without even trying. It just feels good to have them around. I know how lucky I am to have found a friend like you. And I just want to say that no matter what happens, you will never be alone because I will always be your friend. Always. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that story of friendship. Well, happy Happiness Month to everyone, and I hope you do your very best every day to be happy and to make others happy too. I hope you enjoyed our stories, and I will see you in the library.